Are you ready to work out? Make sure you have water nearby. It's really good to sip water as you're working out, not big gulps, but enough to stay hydrated. All right, so do you feel ready? After yesterday's workout, if you did the upper body, you might be feeling a little sore. So your body might be saying, I don't know. Let's start by just reaching and tapping out to the side. And if you've already been warming up, maybe you've gone for a walk or you've been doing a lot of housework or getting ready really quickly for something. You still want to do the warm up, but you might be able to go right into the jacks if you would like. Now that might be messing the mic up, so you can do jacks. I'm just going to show you a variation of things to do. Bring my knees up, abs are in, getting a little tug right there to get some lengthening through the back of your legs. There's so many things you can do. You can do cross body. This is really good for the mind. This actually helps rebalance you. So through the day, you can always do a few of these and you'll start to feel a little more clarity, a little more balance in your system. And always breathe. And then we want to go side to side. You're just going side to side because we have some lateral movements. Basically in the warm-up, I like to replicate what we're going to be doing later. So without any weights, just getting the range of motion there. And then you can go back, step back into a back lunge. Do 2 more that way. And then you can stay back here. I'll make sure I'm in the camera for you. And lunge forward and back and lunge forward. When you lift up your hands, really push your thumbs back so you're engaging. And then you can just open and close. Enjoying this time that you have for yourself. Time to take care of your mind and your body. And circle. It's because we'll be holding weights. Lower body, you can normally go heavier. You'll see me using, I don't know what I'll feel like today, but I'll choose a weight that may or may not be as heavy as yours. Maybe you're going heavier depending on where you are at, but a lot of you, I think, will be maybe a little bit less at the beginning of the weight you're going to choose, just until you get used to it. All right? So you can hear I'm talking at the same time, but just that movement is getting everything warmed up, so we're good to go. So I wanted to give you some standing exercises that you can do without weights. Even when I'm using weights, you can do it without weights as well. But I'm going to just have a wall beside you so you can use it for stability as needed. We're going to do hip circles. So you're opening up your hip, tapping at the back, and coming forward. So think of lifting up your knee and doing that. You may hear a few little pops. That's okay. That's just the air that's in between the spaces moving. As long as there's no pain, you're good. I hear a little pop, getting it all going. I don't know, you could do 8. We'll say that's 5. Now, as you get going on this, you might be able to just use your arms for balance. And I'm getting more in the stability for that leg. That might be 8 or it might be 9. All right, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. I'll show you from behind. So hands there. I'm crossing over in the front, reaching and tapping, lifting the knee up more. And that's 2. Lifting up. And back is 3. And up. And that's 4. Again, up. And back 5. Up. Back 6. Up. And back 7. And up. That's a little harder, as you can tell. And 8. Now, another thing I'll mention is I have cross trainers on, not runners. If you have, they're flatter, they're more stable for especially lateral movements. But if you have runners on, it's going to make it a little harder for you to have that stability. Okay, so we've done the hip circles. Next, I have this here for my rug. You're going to Let's do this. Let's take our leg up to the front, lengthening, feeling it, lifting up as far as you can. Abs are in, out. Always, even in the other movement, and back. So we're going front, really intentional, side, and back, squeezing the glute. Up, this is number 3, side, abs are in, and back. Take the hand off, up, side, and back. And that's a good point. You can always tap in between to regain your balance as well. Let's say that's 6, could be 7. Up, side, squeeze straight back, up, side, and back. And then we're going to go to the other side. So now I'll come up here so I know for sure you can see. Up, side, and back. I'm not rotating my body. It's the legs only doing the work. Up, back, really hold up there, feel that right here, and then back right into the glute. Up, side, and back. Up, side. Just let your hands flow the way they need to help you with balance. We'll do 2 more. Up, side, and back. Whew. And you'll be able to feel it. Shake your legs out in between. We're going to do 1 more different set on each side, and then that's it. And then if you like this a lot, you can pause it, rewind it, do the section again. That's how I'm going to do it today. I'm going to give you 1 set of everything, and then you can decide if you want to go back through it. All right, so what we're going to do now is you're going to go out to a diagonal, 45 degrees to the front, 45 degrees to the back. Okay? So we're going to go out to the side. Actually, let's point our toe, because when we do, we're going to get into the inner thigh as well, and then back. Up and squeeze. This knee should be soft. You never want to lock out the joint. You're just going to soften it slightly. Abs in, stand up nice and tall. And here we go, continue. Out. So this is targeting at that 45 degree, what we call the saddlebag. It doesn't get as much work. When we're walking, when we're doing things all day long, we're working the front and the back of our body. So it's really important to be balanced, to be fit, to do all areas. You tell me what number are we on? 6, maybe? We'll say 7. 7, by the way, this leg is doing a lot of work. That would be 8. Really, you'll start to feel that there, and that's why this is so important to shake it out. We'll go to the other side. Who knew, though, something that simple could be that delicious in how it feels. You're going to come up and open, and back to the back for 1. Up and back. Should have told you 2. Don't have to hang onto the wall. 3, 4, 4. Checking in. 5. Remember, you can tap down in between if you need to, or even tap the side of your leg and then back. 7, 7, 8. 8, 1 more in case I missed one. Up and back, and shake it out. Ah, good job. Get a sip of water, and then we're going to grab our weights. Okay, I've got the weights out, got my gloves on. I'm going to use 25. I'll have 2 20s. I'll either use a 30 or 35 for 3 exercises we're going to do. All right, so first, take, so this would be like medium weight. Yeah, medium to your heavy, whatever your heavier weight is. Let's go with that. You're going to be feet are shoulder width apart. You're front loaded. You can hold it like this, or you can hold it like this. Totally up to you. Goblet squat is what I'm going to do. My wrists like this as well. Notice you want to keep this always connected to like your chest and a little bit underneath your breast. You don't want it to be out here, okay? So it stays connected because you're not going to lean forward. You're simply going to go down as far as you can go safely, and then pressing into your heels, come back up. So it might be that low. It might be like this at first, or you might start to sink down and up. Down. I like my elbows to touch to know, but I'm not leaning forward. I'm not leaning forward, right? Because then the bottom of this weight would come out. Now I'm going to try to be careful with that mic. I'll have to bring it down a little lower. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 12 of these. We're going to do, we'll do 12. Let's go down. 1, 2, pushing through the heels to come up. 3, and squeeze the glutes. 4, belly button into the spine. 5, squeeze. 6, 7. Try not to put any pressure in your neck. You can check your jaw, make sure it is nice and loose for 10. 11. Might hear a few cracks again. 12 in your knees. Let's say 12. All right. So that's done. Shake it out a little bit. If you need a sip of water, do that. My throat will get dry if I don't. So next we're going to do side lunges. So there's different ways to do it. I'm just going to show you one that I think is a good one because you're holding weight, both arms. You're going to go out to the side. You're framing your knee, right? So I'm going to go really light at first and just go down a certain degree. My toes are facing the front. And as you get more comfortable, you could go a little farther. Now, I'm going to drop the weights and show you, just like the warm-up, you can do that and probably go a little lower. So, totally up to you. I recommend at first, if you're feeling a bit stiff, do it this way. And then you can pick up the weights. Go. Not on my usual surface here. Over and back. I have this double matted, so it's a little bit uneven when I get to that side. That's what I'm noticing. Half on one level and half on the other. I haven't been counting. I need to get a counter for you. I'm sure you're counting. So just get 12 in. We'll call this 11. 12 and 12. Good. Getting the inner thighs. Now, when you're doing that, you can play with that. You can have your toes facing the front, or if you want to get a bit more inner thigh, you can also have it to the side, okay? But for what we're doing right now, I was keeping mine more to the front, might be slightly turned out. Next, this one really targets the inner thigh. So it's a goblet squat. Make sure your weights are safely out of the way. That one is going to be another heavy one. So there's 25. I'll go with 30. There's also 35 there, but that would be more my third set. Nice and wide. Toes are out. Coming down and up. Down and squeeze. I want my knees to be tracking over my toes, towards my toes. Not coming in, okay? And not going way out. That would be lifting your legs, lifting your heels and soles of your feet. You don't want to do that. So down and up. Chest is up. 6, 7. I like to get my heart rate up. I like to feel like I am right now talking to you. So I'm doing it purposefully the way I want you to feel. Because that's how we make a change. Otherwise, we could just keep doing housework, right? And doing a little bit of yard work. But we want to be intentional in building our muscles, getting stronger. Feels good, right? Down. We'll do one more. and back up, and let it go. Then, if you like that, you can do this 1 or 2 more times, depending on the amount of time you have. Okay, so I put the bigger weights away. I now have a 15, and then I have a set of 20s for the move after that. So I'm gonna make sure I know where my bearings are here. What we're gonna do here is you're gonna step forward into a lunge, and you're gonna rotate back in and press back and do the other side. So forward, rotate, get in the obliques, push through that heel, not your toe, and step back. Down, cross, and back. So notice you're rotating over the front knee and pushing back. Now, if that's too hard, don't go as far. Don't go down as far. Rotate, still getting that movement. Here, rotate, and back. We're going for 4. Over and back. Breathe. And this is 5. Exhale. But that's 5 each side. So we'll do 1 more each side to have 6 each. And back and down. Rotate. Shoulders are back so that you're holding it here. You're not letting the weight carry you forward. If you're doing that, the weight's too heavy for you. All right, put that away. Next, and if you've been holding a heavy weight, you can do some circles in the other way. This is another good one, a figure 8. Shake it out and grab your weights. So this one, oh yes, I'm gonna do this. So for this, shoulders are back and down. You're just holding the weight by your side. You're gonna step back with one leg, go down, up a little bit, down, push, and come back. We're gonna do the same side because it's a little bit harder in one sense, but I think it's good for you to start getting your balance and get this side trained, and then we'll go to the other side. All right, so 6, shoulders back, looking straight ahead, step back, and up. So down, up a little bit, down, all the way up. So down, up a little bit, down, and up for 3. Down, up, down. That's 4. Down, up, down. 5. 1 more. Down, up, down. 6. If you're lifting heavy weights and you want to give your fingers a break, no problem. You just give it like a 10-second one. That's all you need. Open and close. And then pick it up. Always bend your knees when you're picking up and not leaning over in a curvature of your back. Everything stays strong. We're going to the other side. I'll go this way. Give me a chance to look out the window. So we are going forward. All right, shoulders are back, abs are in. Let's go. Down, up, down, and push back. Down, up, down, and back. Remember to go at your own pace. If you feel something's too hard, drop the weights. It's okay to be a little breathless. 4, down, up, 5, down, up, down, and 6. Good job. So again, if you like this, you can pause it and do those again. Rewind it a bit, do it again, depending on your time frame. So clear your mat of any weights. We will use 1 possibly for our abs, but I wanted to give you a stretch of the lower body now in case you need to go, you need to run. I wanted to make sure you had stretched it out before we go on to the abdominals. So you can see I have a straight leg to the front. My butt's kind of jutted out. My back is flat. I'm lifting up my toe towards me, feeling that lengthening in the hamstring, and then I'm rotating it out, and you'll feel it on the outer part. And then turn that toe in. It won't go in as far, at least mine doesn't go in as far, but you can still feel that. Bring it to the front. You can tap it down and hold it down. And then come back up. You're going to do the same for the other side. Push the booty back, draw the abs in, back is flat, lift the toe towards you. And feel that. This knee is bent. My toes turned out slightly. Maybe it's natural for me to do that for balance, but it feels good. I feel steady and strong. Rotate it out and feel it. Yes, yes, yes. That's a good stretch. Back into the center. Feel that in your glute as well as your hamstrings. We're just a nice long chain, and I've turned it now inward. Go at your own pace. Notice where you felt it to be the tightest, and maybe you want to spend a little bit of extra time there. Never forcing a stretch, easing into it. You can even come out and go back in. Kind of tells your body it's safe. It doesn't have to tense up on you. And then back up. Shake your legs out. I'm all about shaking your legs out, helping with the lactic acid. That is great. Tells us we've been working hard. Now, you can use a chair. You could use a wall. You can just use your arm for balance. Find a spot in front of you. Always takes me a second. And what I'm doing is bringing that knee in close to this knee and back. And this happens. I'm going to go to the side. Abs are in. Pick a focal point. Wasn't really focal pointing. And then I want to draw the knee back. It's when I'm trying to get that knee in alignment that I go to the side too. So just know, totally natural, normal. But I can use a wall, but I like to do this because I'm strengthening my stabilizers as well, my standing leg. And you can, if you want, extend the arm out and kick back a little bit. That's a little more advanced. And then shake it out and go to the other side. So this side, you're like, I need it. That's actually, I felt it right here, and that's a great thing. So sometimes I reach out for something just to get into position and then make sure my shoulders are facing the front. And then find my spot. Pull the knee back and in towards, we don't want the knee out here. It's not doing a thing. You want the knee brought in towards your other knee. Breathing. Extend that arm if you'd like. Lean forward for a little test. See how that works for you. How far you want to go. Or you can always stay back up here. You can reach your arm up if you'd like. You can reach it out. Sometimes we can do shoulder circles, which then makes you have to balance a little bit more. All right, so that gives us our quads, gives us our hamstring. Let's get our heel, our gastrocnemius, gastroc muscle. We want to make sure we're pushing back in that heel and coming forward, feeling the stretch in the calf. And if we just bend our knee slightly, you'll get into the soleus part of that calf muscle as well. Just a little move, but you can feel it. And out of that, if you feel like, oh, I like that, do it again. I like to tap my toe behind me and push my foot down to get into the front, into the shins. You've probably had shin splints, and if you haven't, be thankful. I've had them. Painful. That feels good. Overdoing anything can do that. I was like 2 weeks away from a half a marathon, pushing through and had to let it go because I was in so much pain. Do the other side. So I don't recommend that. And push back and heel and come forward. Feels good. We're going to do another couple of stretches for our glutes once we're down on the floor, but this will be enough to get you going in case you decide you need to go. Bend your knee slightly to get into the soleus. Make sure you're still square facing the other wall, and then come up, tap your toe, tuck your toe under, push it down. Feel that stretch. Your foot even wanted to cramp there for a second. Just released into it. Good to go. So I'll meet you down on the mat. You can be on the mat. You can be on your bed, wherever it's a flat surface, right? And we're just going to use one weight. You don't have to use a weight either. I'll go for a 10. Just something light, and I'll meet you down there. Okay, we're going to start with hip lifts first. So I'm going to come down onto my back. Shoulder blades are going to stay connected, drawing my heels in as close as I can to the butt. So I'm going to draw my abdominals in, put your hand there and feel that, and a slight pelvic tilt. Okay, so a slight pelvic tilt is it's tilting up, keeping that lower back onto the floor. Abs are in. You're going to push through your heels, which is going to activate your glutes. This is really good for the core, for the pelvic floor. Just feel everything, holding it up. See if you can go a little higher. And slowly and controlled, release it down. There are many ways to do this. So I'm going to show you a few. You just keep moving. I can't tell where my shirt is. You just keep moving. So up, squeeze. Sometimes I take my hands, lift up a little higher, hold it. Your legs shaking a little bit is a great sign. And lower it back down, nice and controlled. Slow on the eccentric as you come down. Now you can relax for a second, or you might decide, put my heels in close, that you're not going to let your butt drop and your back drop. You're going to come down and you're just going to hover. A little bit more control there, so nothing's touching yet, and back up. So my palms are face up so that I'm not pressing into the mat. If my palms are down, I'd be more apt to like put pressure and maybe tense up my neck and my shoulders. So this way it's my abs and my, rhymes with it, my butt. And back up, squeeze, and lower down. You keep doing that. I wanted to show you that you can also put a ball between your legs and squeeze it and engage. And coming down, bringing my heels in. Now my pants are a little bit slippery, so we'll see how this does. But we're going to squeeze it in. Heels are in, belly button's in, lower back's connected. I'm going to lift up, squeezing all the way up and back down. So you're engaging your adductors and your abductors, but especially your adductors. It's also really great at keeping you in alignment so that your knees aren't going to flail out. They're connected. They're staying really good in alignment with your hips. Up and down. So that's one level. This is 2 levels. You can also come up and give it a little pulse and then down and go a little bit faster. Up and pulse. I always love to give variety for these. And up and pulse and down. So you can keep doing that if you like that. Giving you another option. Cross a leg and lift up. That's a little harder again because you've got some body weight on it. So up and down. The move is you really want to lengthen at the top, lift up as high as you can, and lower down. Do however many you want on one side, and you can go on the other side. I'm also getting a little stretch here, which is nice. Up and down. Sometimes you have to adjust your heel so it's in close to the butt and down. Now I'm going to keep talking to you. Probably do one more on this side just to keep it even. Even more advanced would be to get a big thick towel, put it across. I do that for my hip bones, and then pick up 2 heavier weights or 1 larger one. Hold it on your hips and lift up and down. Now, when you do that, you probably won't get the full range of motion. You won't get up as high as without it. That's why I wouldn't do that for a while. I would get this and get your range of motion, flexibility in first, most important. So that's probably lots right now for you. However, whatever variety you did. So we're going to go, we can lengthen out for a moment. So extend one leg, flex that foot, bring that knee in and hug it. Push the lower back to the floor. And then you can exchange. That leg is straight, toe is flexed. You're flexing your foot and come in. Feel that stretch, feels good. And then back out. Okay, do a couple of windshield wipers, just side to side. And then weight is optional. I have a light weight. What did I say? I think I picked up a 10 or 12. 10 I did today. So you're going to bring your weight here. You can either keep your legs, your feet down, so it would look like this at first. We'll do it in whether you have a weight or not. You're not arching your back. That's what I want to make sure you know. Don't arch your back. The back is connected. Slight pelvic tilt, same move, and you're coming up. Okay? When you get up to here, you do a little crunch, and then you bring the arms back over. Nice long stretch through your lats. You did upper body yesterday. You'll be thankful for that little stretch, also feeling it. Over. And notice, go as far as you're comfortable. Everyone has different shoulder flexibility. This might be where you are. You don't want to be back there and then like, I can't get out of that. And you also don't want to be going back so far that your back is arching. So only as far as you can stay controlled. So that's one level. The next level is to have your knees bent 90 degrees. Come up and then back down and up and crunch. Then you might want to take and drop a heel and come up and crunch. And then the other side, a heel and up and crunch. Now, the hardest is your legs are straight, flat. Up here is a little easier. So you can go down as far as you want to. It might be here and back up and crunch. Back and up and crunch. Now, if you want to work more lower body, but you're finding the weight's too heavy, you would put the weight down and you're like, okay, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to come down so I can go a little lower and my back won't arch up the same, come up and crunch. Or you might put that ball between your legs. Let me grab it again. You can do that. Put your ball between your legs. The legs are straight, feeling everything really strong, and you're going to lower it down and lift it up and add in a crunch. You feel that? I hope you can. Down and up and crunch. Let's do two more. Down and up. One more. Good job. All right, now, most delicious part. Again, if you want to stretch this way, if you'd like to go across the body, you can do that looking the opposite way. Bringing that knee down. I'll show you on this side. Extend the leg, grab the knee, the opposite knee, bring it, look the opposite way. Oh, feel that. Feel really good. And back up. Now, don't know if we did enough or if we did the inner thigh stretch. So it's nice to like grab your heels, let your knees come away, and just open up the inner thighs by pressing my elbows into my inner thighs, pushing them away. A little bit of counter pressure. So you can do that, or you can extend your legs, have your hands here to support them, and just open them up wide and relax into them. Breathing. I like to close my eyes. Just be present. Thank yourself for showing up. You could be doing 100 other things. You're taking this time for you. Not just for you now, but as we've mentioned before, your future self. You can hug and just rock side to side. Nice and gentle. You can cross one leg over the other. Your leg can be down, or you can lift it up, bending the knee. Again, I'm pushing out with my elbow on that, and I'm just going to take it a little bit to the side. When I do that, I'm getting down into the muscles that, we need to stretch in. They get so tight through the day. And then back up, and we can go to the other side, and bringing it over. Just going over till you feel that stretch, holding it. Right about there. And then back. And I mean, there's side stretches. If you didn't do the one standing up, you can always do it, the quad stretch, by lying on your side and doing it that way. And if you're doing that, you can go to the other side and do it. Again, your knee's not up here. You're bringing it down, pushing the hip forward. And then back. And whatever else that you feel you need to do, you do. And if not, you can just lay here for a minute. Think about the next thing you want to do, which you want to drink at least a couple of glasses of water, get some protein into you. You take creatine, collagen, do that. Whatever you need to do to set yourself up for a great day. Be proud of yourself. You did this. And remember, you can go back to upper body tomorrow and then lower body the next day. Make sure you take one day off. All right? Take good care. Bye-bye.